Hi there. So, when it comes to technique, one of the first things that people say to new rowers is that it's important to think that when you're taking the drive, that you push with your legs and you don't pull with your arms at the front of the machine, okay? So push with your legs as you start and then swing your back and then finish with your arms all the way at the back of the stroke, okay? So you don't want to pull early. Now the reason for this, it's about getting the power from your legs up through your body and into the machine without fighting against it with your arms. It's about efficiency, which obviously comes from that, but it's also a little bit about injury prevention as well, where if you're grabbing early from the front, then everything's tense. You're going to get golfer's elbow or tennis elbow or, I don't know, kite flyer's elbow, whatever elbow is out there. So it's easy to say, push with your legs, don't pull with your arms. But the problem is that it's really hard to know whether you're doing it or not. If you've got someone standing next to you to go, hey, you did it again, that's easy enough. You can film yourself, but the problem with that is that you have to come back afterwards and see it, rather than knowing there in situ whether you're bending your arms too early, pulling on the handle, and then kind of getting this power connection thing wrong. So how do you do it if you're on your own? I have a tool for this. Well, I say tool. I have a balloon for this. Now the Dinosaur is optional, but a pack of balloons is what, 50p, a pound, $1, and this will revolutionize your rowing. Now, what we're gonna do is the first thing I want you to do is to reduce the drag factor or the resistance or whatever you have on your machine so that you're not trying to fight the weight of the machine. You just wanna concentrate on the motion here, okay? And you don't want something like that to get in the way. So, we are gonna put the balloon between our arms, okay, in the kind of crook of your elbow. I call it Stevens in my house. I'll tighten my straps if I can. There we go. And then we're going to do a drill where we're going to push from the front with our legs, with a forwards tilt and keeping our arms straight. Now, if you need to recoil with your back, that's totally fine, okay? If you push and you feel you have to swing your back, don't worry about it. But what we're not doing is pulling in with our arms at the back of the stroke. And this will become evident why we don't do this, okay? So it's just about the legs, really, but if you have to use your back, use your back. So pick up your handle, forwards tilt, straight arms, and push out from the front. You can take it nice and lightly, okay? All you're doing here is teaching your body what it feels like to be in this forwards tilt and arms straight. Do not worry about power. Power really does undo so many good intentions when someone tries to go fast or tries to go hard. So just push out from the front. Now at this point you're probably saying, John, what's the balloon for? And I'll show you, okay? On the next stroke I'll show you. So I'm going to pull early, and look what happened. The balloon fell out my arms because I pulled early. Let's see if I can get it back in again. Here we go. So drive from the front, and I'm going to grab early here, and the balloon has fallen out. Now it's getting a bit static electricity-ish right now, so it's going to stick to me. But that's the point, okay? So I just want you to practice it at a very low intensity, very slight, especially if you're prone to really grabbing from the front. Just do it this way so you get used to it. And then you can start to increase the amount of pressure you put from the front. Okay, so start to push harder with your legs, but keep the balloon in place so that as you're adding in power, you're still keeping those arms straight and you're not starting to develop bad habits. And then after a while, once you're like, you know, I'm getting a hang of this, do some strokes in that forwards tilt, straight arms, pushing out without the balloon, and start to get a feel for what it's like when you don't have the balloon in your arms. Okay? And then of course, once you really think you've got the knack, you can start to take your full strokes. So nice straight arms, only pulling in at the back of the stroke, okay? And if you feel you start to slip up, get the balloon back, put it between your arms, do some drills. And it might be, listen, it might be that you get it right a few times, and then you get it wrong quite a few times. And then you do the drill again, and then you'll get it right more times and wrong less times. And over time, you'll develop the technique, the knack, to be able to get this right, okay? Remember, we're teaching ourselves how to do something. You don't automatically sit down and know how to do it. Give yourself time. Give yourself the best way to set up your machine on a lighter intensity so that you can teach yourself how to do this. And then it will come, and then it will become part of you. You'll develop that, the neuroplasticity, whatever it is that we call muscle memory, to be able to do this all the time. And then it really will help your rowing. You'll be able to push, get that power up from your legs. You'll feel yourself hanging off the handle with straight arms as that power goes in, and then you'll finish with your arms. Imagine that. All the power comes from your legs, and then you add in your arms rather than cancelling out your leg power by that early pull with your arms. Okay, right, I really hope this tip helped. I've got other tips on my YouTube channel. Please check out the playlist I have, the indoor rowing tips or whatever, you'll find it there. And hopefully you'll enjoy some of them or some of my row along workouts that you'll see here, whether it's plans or collections or whether it's just the row along adventures where you're being chased by kittens and things. Hopefully there'll be something there that you will enjoy. So until I see you in one of those videos, take care, be well, bye-bye.